Okay Reddit, what just isn't worth the effort? A shitty job that takes up most of your time and energy and brings no joy or passion. I did this for years because I was depressed and I figured my job could essentially be my identity, if that makes sense. I put way too much time and effort into it, even though I wasn't remotely interested in it, because it distracted me from trying new things outside of work/working on myself. I'm doing this right now. My job is literally sucking the life out of me. My will to live is next to non-existent. However, this job pays stupidly well, and I'll never find anything like it, so I'm staying. Also the realization that 99% of jobs are just boring shit you hate doing anyway. Yeah. At least I have money for hobbies when I have the energy for them. Trying to impress people who will never appreciate your true worth. There are people out there who will love everything about you. You just have to find them. Trying to impress anyone is a waste of effort. None of us are really that impressive in general, and if we happen to do something impressive we'll know immediately, because we'll have impressed ourselves. And that's all that matters. Self-worth is self-determined. Trying to be cool or popular. I wish I'd known this as a youngster and just owned my nerdiness instead of trying to hide it to be cool. I still wasn't cool, and I missed out on lots of great nerd shit. Folding your underwear instead of throwing it all in the drawer. I got my business degree, and I'm 100% sure I'd have been way better off spending that time working somewhere and gaining experience. That's true at first. You can find some entry-level jobs and move your way up relatively quickly. Once you reach the higher levels, though, the fact that you don't have a degree would place you behind other candidates when you're vying for a management or higher level position. This is a big kind of catch-22 for me. On one hand, the people I know who went to uni, myself included, are doing way worse in life than the people who learned trades or had parents give them everything. On the other hand, my aunt works for a major phone/internet company. She has worked there for decades and made great money with no degree. She has now hit a point where moving up suddenly requires a degree. She knows the stuff better than any recent grad will, so it's extremely illogical, unless by some miracle, the company actually thought, we need to make sure we're hiring young recent grads, which I don't think has ever been even a casual thought for any major company. Finding free parking, or finding good parking at the store. Just park in the back and walk. By the time you circle the parking lot looking, you could have already walked up to the store. Bonus, exercise and no hoardings. It drives me up the wall when someone stops traffic to wait for a spot when they could have driven 30 more feet for an open spot. Tailgating someone really close. It takes so much effort pressing the brakes every couple of seconds and being so focused so you don't hit them. Why not just chill out, listen to some music and cruise at a safe distance? Fucking pomegranates. Look, they taste great, but I don't have time to peel and get them apart just to end up with stained purple fingers. There are all kinds of videos about the right way to peel one, and none of them work in real life as well as they do in the videos. Plus the sex just isn't that good when you compare it to something like a coconut. Growing your own broccoli. By the time you clear out all the worms and slugs, blanch and freeze it, let alone growing it, you should have just bought a bag for $1. I grow like 95% of my own vegas indoors in a solar-powered hydroponic garden. It is absolutely not worth it money-wise or time-wise. If I didn't enjoy it as a hobby, I wouldn't do it. There's something really cool about eating something you grew though. Trying to convince people to like you when the opinions they've heard or formed on their own are already cemented in their mind. In the same vein, political opinions where the person you are talking to is so convinced of their own assumptions that they refuse to listen to you. I have some political opinions that are seen as highly controversial on Reddit, and I'm often met with hostility when trying to have a discussion. Political opinions are definitely the hardest to discuss. I don't have any real ones of my own. I feel I should start getting into politics, seeing as how it is now with almost everyone getting involved. At least, you try to have a discussion. It's hard to have an open mind and even harder to be able to admit that one's own views may not be the answer. Often the hardest part for people is listening. Listening is basically half of a discussion, otherwise it is just two people yelling their opinions at each other. If you can sit down and listen to what someone has to say, process it, and either work it into your own beliefs or find a way to refute it logically, you are better off than 70% of the people in this world. Personally, I'm a central liberal, with both conservative and liberal views. I find that, if I share my liberal views amongst conservative friends, they refuse to hear it, and same with the opposite. Basically, just always be willing to listen, and work with the other side. Don't dehumanize them. Pro-abortionists aren't killing and eating babies. Anti-abortionists aren't putting women in chains. If you always ask why do I believe this instead of the other side, you find a lot of cracks in your own reasoning, and perhaps new insights. Artichokes. Literally 1 to 2 hours of cooking and eating, for just 60 calories. I've grilled an artichoke exactly once in my lifetime. Try pressure cooker 15 minutes. Cooking is the easy part. Trying to eat those things is like trying to get nutritional value out of thick paper. It's not about eating the artichoke, it's about taking something you can technically claim is a vegetable, and using it as a spoon, to shovel melted butter into your face. Overthinking. I cannot count the times that I have overthought multiple situations to finally confront it, and end up having a great time. Learn to go with the flow. The worst thing is, when you know you're overthinking, but you can't stop, because your mind is going at a million miles an hour. Math assignments. You telling me I only get 5 points on a 45-minute assignment? B's. Or those ones where your teacher swears it's fine, because it's only 5 questions, but each question has 5 parts. And each of those 5 parts has 20 steps. And it's on my math lab. X equals AB slash A plus B. Get fucked, mate. The answer is X equals AB slash A plus B. You have a message from the tired math man. Like and subscribe to not have to do 48 pages of boring math.